Welcome to your quick at-home Pilates exercise. You don't need any equipment today. I do offer some modifications with foam pads. This is used if laying on your back is uncomfortable and you have a large arch in your back. And then you can also use a pillow if you don't have something like this. Meet me on the mat. We'll warm up in a glute bridge. So roll all the way down to your back. Have your heels like touching distance between your hands. Palms down, anywhere that you can keep the shoulders open here. Tuck the chin just a little and roll the pelvis up. Inhale, exhale. Tuck the pelvis and lift. Highest point is the knees. Next highest point is the hip bones. And then the last point is the ribs. I want these nice and relaxed and in. If you find yourself being here, I want you to tuck the pelvis, lift the glutes a little bit more, and lift. You can also place some books or a foam pad underneath to lower the range. Exhale, roll all the way down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, roll up. Inhale here. And exhale, roll down, widening across the shoulders. I want the last thing to touch to be the tailbone. So it's lower back lifts, then mid back, then upper back. Inhale, reverse that. Upper back hits first, then mid back, and then low back. Good, 2 more. Exhale. At the top, inhale, and roll down bone by bone. 1 more. Exhale. Inhale at the top. Stay here. Tiny pulses. Reach. 8, 7, 4, 3, 2. Stay lifted. Tuck the pelvis just a little bit more. We're going to reach one leg up and press it down, trying to keep the hips even as much as possible. Go to the other side. Lift and press down. If this is inaccessible today, I want you to lift one leg while the hips are still on the floor. You'll still get the hip movement that I'm wanting to see here. If you're here, lift the leg. Keep the pelvis steady and lower. Switch sides. Lift. Inhale, back down. 1 more each side. Keep the hips lifted, pelvis tucked under. Deep breaths. And switch sides. We're going to hold just one leg up. If this is inaccessible, you can try holding your weight onto this knee and pulsing. Or here. And 4, 3, feel the burn, and press the foot down, tuck the pelvis, lift the hips a little higher, lengthen across the back of the neck, lift the other side, and pulse. Give me 8, 6, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the foot, lift the pelvis, tuck the tailbone under, inhale, and exhale, roll down. Nice. Widen the feet to the outside of your mat. Bring the arms to a T and just rotate the hips side to side. We're trying to get both knees to the floor. It's okay if they don't. Exhale as you switch. Really trying to get opening across this hip flexor and switch to the other side. You can do these anytime, any day. Also, the reasons why we want to strengthen and stretch is because we can't just stretch the hips. We need to build strength through the range of motion, and that's really what mobility is. So increasing the mobility, increasing the strength of the hips and full ranges of motion. Last one. Bring it back center. Bring the feet back center. Tuck the pelvis under. And if you have this foam pad, you can put this underneath your low back. If you find that it's like 1, you have a big butt, or 2, you just have a really big arch and laying on your back is uncomfortable. Palms back by your sides, tuck the pelvis under. If your head looks like this, I want you to put a towel underneath it and try to lengthen through the back of your neck. Bring one leg to tabletop. Start with your non-dominant side. For me, that's my left because I'm right-handed. And I want you to bring this leg all the way to the ceiling. If this is inaccessible today, I want you to have a little bend of the knee and have the leg at a little of a bent angle. Inhale here. We're going to inhale on the way down and exhale as we flex and pull the leg up with our core. Now this movement, yes, it's leg, but I'm really trying to open this hip joint and make the hip do the work. So think of it as the thigh moving. Point down, flex the foot up. What we need to teach the hips is how to move in the joint properly. So if you find that when you press down, your back starts to arch, you know that you've gone a little bit too far because now the work is in your low back. So keep your back flat. If your range looks like this, I love it. I want that more than I want this, okay? Press the point down and flex the foot up. Shoulders are wide and open, ribs are in because the back isn't flared, ribs are in. Point up, wait, point down and flex up. One more, point and flex, bend the knee, switch sides. Bring the leg up to the ceiling. Find the range that works for you today. Point down, flex the foot, keep the core engaged, and flex up. Good. Point and flex. Point and flex. Inhale, exhale. I don't know why I said exhale like that. Exhale. 3. Keep the core engaged, especially as the leg goes down. 2 more. Last one. Good. Flex and pull it up. Bend the knee, place it back down, back to the left side. We're going to add a little bit more movement to this leg. So it's going to be a flexed foot. Bring the knee in, and this knee in, what I don't want to see is this, because then the work is not in the hip joint anymore. We're trying to open and strengthen the hips. So for it to be in the hip, I don't want it in the back. So keep this as moving through the hip joint. Stabilize everything else. That's what your core is for. Your core is there to keep you stable. So exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, let's go. Exhale, inhale, 5 more. And 4, relax the shoulders, telling that to myself. 3, really plant that other foot firmly into the floor to help you stay stable. Last one. And inhale, good. Place the foot down, we'll go to the other side. Really try to get that neutral pelvis here, especially when you lift up. Try not to hike and hyperextend this way. So not this way, keep neutral, and that comes from a stable core. Exhale, pull the leg in. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale, up. Exhale. Good. And 5. And 3, ribs in. Last 2, watch the shifting of the pelvis. Last 1, exhale, inhale, foot to the ground. Feet wide. Let's do that hip switch one more time. Really see if you can get a little bit deeper. You can always press your foot on top of the other knee to try to get a little bit more stretch here. And the other side. Nice. Okay, we're going to do one more. If you can, I want let's start with the non-dominant side again. So for me, that's my left. Lift your leg up to the ceiling. If this is inaccessible with the leg straight, I want you to bend the knee. And if the leg straight causes you to arch your back, I want you to bend the knee. Either way is totally fine. Inhale. You can also have a little bend of this knee. It doesn't have to be super straight. Again, we're working on the hip joint. So anything that makes you feel the work through the hip more is worth it. Let's do some circles. We're teaching the hip to be strong. I want the knee, how do I explain this? I want you to do this keeping the thigh bone straight. So instead of opening out to the side every time, I want you to try to keep the thigh bone straight. Energy through the leg as you draw the circle. If you find that this leg starts to move, you know that you've lost your stabilization. So if that's the case, bend the knee, make the circle even smaller. Find a range that you can work with, where you can isolate the hip joint so that you can strengthen it. Because if you start recruiting other muscles, you'll recruit other muscles in any time you try to use your hips. 2 and 1. Switch sides. These look easy, but they're not as easy as it seems. Draw the ribs in. Every time, breathe. Every circle, breathe. And 2 and 1. Bend the knee, place the foot back down. Switch sides. Whichever way you had started, whether it was leg extended, do the same on the other side. And circle. Pick a direction. Good. Again, this movement is coming through the hip joint. So think less lower leg, think more thigh bone, and moving through the hip joint. Ribs are in, back is flat, shoulders are relaxed. And 4, 3, watch this knee, watch this leg from shifting, and switch sides. And 5, 4, 3, almost there, 2, last one. Good, bend the knee, place it down, and bring both legs together and switch the back, just to get the back a little stretch. I got a little pop there, I don't know about you. Okay, let's do some side lying. Bring your arm up and roll over onto your side. I can't see you because I don't have my glasses on, but I hope you're still there with me. I want you to have, it doesn't have to see light underneath the side body, but I do want you to be pulling up instead of collapsing into the side. So pull up onto the side. This might be somewhere where you want to grab a foam pad. If you're one skinny mini and your bones hurt when you lay on your side, or if you're just like me and your bones hurt when you lay on your side. Front leg is going to be bent to keep you a little bit stable, and we're working through this hip joint. Again, to isolate this hip joint, and so we're not lifting and going into our core and our front body here or in the back, I need the hips stacked, square, and facing forward. Top hand is just giving you a little stabilization. Bottom arm is just to lay down on. Exhale, lift, and inhale, lower. What I want to see here is the hip moving without the belly shaking or shifting. So if you see this, you've taken this from being a side outer leg and hip joint work to being an oblique workout. And that's cool, but that's not what we're trying to target. So lift, keep the pelvis steady, and exhale as you lift. Inhale down. Good. And inhale, relax the shoulders. I say that, every time I say that, I'm saying that to myself. Exhale, inhale, 4 more. 3, 2, change the breath, exhale, lift, and lower. 1 more, exhale, lift, flex the foot. We want strong knees here, strong hips, bend the knee into the chest, connect the knee to the heel. So if you're dropping, keep the heel lifted. Exhale, press. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, pressed. Pelvis is stable, especially as you bend the knee. It's not here. That gets into the low back and glutes more. I want really into this hip joint. Isolate it. Make it harder. We're working out. Inhale, exhale, press. 2 more. I can already feel it. I don't know about you. Last one. You can pause here and take a little break. You can also come with me, flex the foot forward, and point the foot back. If you can see, my torso isn't shifting, at least not very much. I'm trying to keep it as stable as possible and just working through this hip joint. The more that you arch here, the more you get it into your back. Keep this stable. Keep the core engaged. And point. 2 more. Flex and point. Last one. Flex and point. We're doing my client's favorite. Go forward. Relax the foot. Down. Rotate the thigh bone down. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. I told you it was their favorite and mine too. Inhale. And 6. Keep that side lifted. And 3. And 2. 1 more. 4 circles forward. 4. 3. Breathe. 2. 1. And back. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Press it down. Woo-wee. That side's fun. And we'll press up. Give yourself a little stretch. Bring the leg across. And rotate to the side. Give it a good thank you because it just did great work. Okay, other side. Flip over. Grab your pad. Take it with you if you need to. Would recommend. And find a good position for yourself. Laying down on the bottom arm, top arm is there for stability. Bend the bottom leg and find yourself with that light shining through. Again, light doesn't have to shine through, it's just a cue. But keep thinking, lifting with the bottom oblique so you're not just collapsing into this position. Lift and exhale, lift the leg. Inhale down. I give these to the guys and my clients, to the guys that are my clients all the time. And it's so funny that they think of this as like a girl move, when in reality, men should definitely have strong hips. So I just rephrase it and say, this is for running, or this is for strong hips, or this is for strong knees. And then they're so excited to do them. 3 more. 2. Find a range you can control. Flex the foot. Bend the knee into the chest, keeping the pelvis stable. Exhale, press. Inhale, exhale. Good. Reach with the heel. 4. And 3. This is my bad leg. 2. I should have started with this one. And flex it forward. Flex forward, pulse it back. Point. Flex and point. Good. Flex and point. And 3, 2, last 1. Good. You know the favorites are coming. Bring it forward. Relax the foot. Rotate the thigh bone down. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lift. Keep the pelvis stable. I'm laughing because I'm dying. I'm not dying. I'm surviving. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Last 1. 4 circles forward with the ankle. 3, 2, through the hip joint. Last 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Good. And knock that out. We did good today. Press your hands, come all the way up to seated. Bring the broken leg around and stretch that out. You can bring your outside elbow to the knee and stretch that out. So we just work the hip in all directions and we'll stretch just a little bit. I'll show you the greatest stretch in the world. Bring it down. You can also use this as an exercise. It's a good stretch and a good exercise. So I'll show you a couple of variations. I want your hands a little close together. You're in quadruped, all fours. And then you'll bring just one foot in front by the outside foot. I have my right foot out. So I'll show you 2 variations. The first variation is with this back foot down. Actually, the first variation would be in not a lunge. The first variation would be with this leg bent. Hand behind the head. If you're doing this at home, same side leg with the same side arm. Inhale, open the chest, and exhale. Round down, trying to get the elbow down to the floor. If you can, I want you to extend this hip forward like you're in a really, really low lunge. And do the same thing. Inhale, open the chest here. I really want you to press this arm and get length across the entire back. And rotate down to the floor. Inhale, open. And exhale down. Now if you're ready, place your hand, tuck the toes under, and lift for a lunge. This could be a goal that you work up to. Inhale, open, really press the shoulder away, and press the elbow down to the floor. This is going to give you really openness across this hip, and also this hip gets some tension from rotating open. And then we'll press the knee down, sit it back for child's pose, and come up on the other side. Foot by the hand. Level 1 is with the hips back, hand behind the head. Rotate open, trying to get the elbow down to the ground. Second level is extending that hip. Open and exhale down. Good. Open and down. If you're ready for that third level, tuck the toes under, get into this low lunge, hand behind the head, open, press the ground away, and bring the elbow down. One more. And exhale. Good. Hand back down, place the foot back, open the knees wide, and sit it back for child's pose. Inhale here, and exhale. Inhale into the belly, full relaxation, and exhale. One more. Press your hands by your chest, press up, and you're done for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. Feel free to like and subscribe. I always make workouts that have modifications, that are size inclusive, and really are more focused on mobility. And if that's something that you'd like a personalized program with, just send me a DM and we can talk about making something that's perfect for you. Thanks. Kisses. Consensual kisses.